Hi guys, tonight we're stepping into the quiet, fluorescent-lit corridors of retail history. Drop your city and local time in the comments. It's always fascinating to see who's joining us from around the world. Now dim the lights, maybe light a candle for that gentle glow, and let's walk together into the timeless rhythm of American commerce. Congratulations, you've just woken up in 1962 and you're about to become the most relentless penny pincher in Arkansas history. The good news, you have a vision that'll make you the richest family in America. The bad news, you're standing in a dusty strip mall in Bentonville, population 3,000, wondering if anyone will actually shop at your discount store. Your name is Sam Walton, and right now you smell like cheap cologne mixed with determination and the faint aroma of your competitor's failure. You're 44 years old, which in retail years is roughly ancient, and you've just opened your first Walmart store. The T in the sign keeps flickering like it's having an existential crisis about its purpose in life. You stand in the doorway of your 16,000 square foot empire, watching tumbleweeds literally blow past your parking lot. Your store is so empty, you can hear your own heartbeat echoing off the polished linoleum floors. The air conditioning hums with the enthusiasm of a dying refrigerator, and somewhere in aisle 3 a fluorescent light buzzes like an angry wasp trapped in a jar. Listen to the sound of your cash register sitting silent, waiting for its first customer. Your competition, Ben Franklin and TG&Y stores that treat customers like they're doing them a favour by staying open. Their prices are higher than a giraffe's expectations, and their customer service has all the warmth of a morgue in January. You've spent months driving around in your beat-up pickup truck, studying these stores like a retail anthropologist, examining an ancient civilization about to go extinct. But here's your secret weapon. You're going to sell everything at prices so low, your competitors will think you've lost your mind. Spoiler alert, you haven't. You've just figured out that moving massive volumes of cheap stuff makes more money than moving small amounts of expensive stuff. It's like discovering that pizza tastes better when you're not paying $50 a slice. Your employees, all 6 of them, stare at you with the confusion of people watching someone voluntarily walk into quicksand. They don't understand why you're obsessing over every penny, why you're demanding they greet customers like they're long-lost relatives, or why you keep muttering about always low prices like it's some kind of retail prayer. The smell of new merchandise mingles with the Arkansas dust filtering through your front doors. Your shelves are stocked with everything from toothbrushes to toasters, all priced to move faster than gossip in a small town. You've negotiated with suppliers until they probably see your face in their nightmares, squeezing, cost tighter than your grandmother squeezed nickels during the Depression. Would you bet everything on the idea that Americans will drive to the middle of nowhere for cheaper toilet paper? Comment or. You walk the aisles of your store, the linoleum squeaking under your sensible shoes like a retail soundtrack of ambition. Every price tag has been carefully calculated, every display meticulously arranged. You know the profit margin on every single item, from the 29-cent notebooks to the $12 transistor radios sitting in electronics like tiny monuments to the future. But here's the thing eating at your gut like bad gas station coffee. You're not just competing on price. You're competing on something these other stores have forgotten exists, giving a damn about the customer. When Mrs. Henderson from down the street walks in looking for a birthday gift for her grandson, you don't just point toward the toy section. You walk her there, help her pick something out, and make sure she feels like she's the most important person in Arkansas. This isn't just retail therapy. This is retail revolution, served with a side of small-town charm and a heaping helping of capitalist ambition. You're 6 months into your Walmart experiment, and the numbers are starting to whisper sweet promises in your ear like a financial fortune teller. But you're also discovering that running a discount store in rural Arkansas requires the survival skills of a pioneer and the patience of a saint who's been waiting in line at the DMV for eternity. Your days start at 4:30 a.m., not because you're a morning person, but because success doesn't sleep in. You shower with soap that costs 12 cents a bar, not because you're cheap, but because you need to understand what your customers can afford. Your breakfast is coffee, black enough to pave a highway, and scrambled eggs from chickens that probably shop at your store. Listen to the crunch of gravel under your boots as you walk into your store before the sun decides to show up for work. The competition is watching you now, like vultures circling a roadkill buffet. The Ben Franklin store manager drives past your parking lot every morning, counting cars with the dedication of a traffic engineer having a nervous breakdown. He's probably wondering how you're selling the same merchandise for 20% less and still keeping your lights on. Here's what he doesn't know. You've turned penny pinching into an art form more sophisticated than a Swiss watchmaker's fever dream. While he's buying 100 units at standard wholesale prices, you're buying 1,000 units and negotiating prices so low the suppliers are starting to question their life choices. Your office smells like calculator tape and ambition. The walls are covered with sales figures, supplier contacts, and a map of Arkansas dotted with pushpins marking potential future locations. Each pin represents a small town that needs cheaper prices and better selection. Towns where the nearest department store is a 50-mile drive through countryside flatter than yesterday's soda. You've discovered that small-town America has been ignored by the big retailers, like teenagers ignore vegetables. They think rural customers don't deserve the same low prices and wide selection as city folks. Congratulations, you've found the business equivalent of a gold mine disguised as a cornfield. Your employees are starting to catch your vision like a contagious case of retail enthusiasm. Mary in checkout greets every customer like they're her favourite neighbour. Bobby in sporting goods can tell you the fishing season schedule for 3 counties and which bait works best in local ponds. They're not just employees, they're becoming evangelists for the Church of Customer Service. But the real magic happens after closing time, when you walk the store with a notepad and the intensity of a detective examining a crime scene. You notice that the potato chips sell better near the front, that customers spend more time in aisles with better lighting, and that the candy by the checkout counter moves faster than gossip at a church social. The cash register at the end of each day sounds like a mechanical symphony of small victories. Every cha-ching represents a customer who chose your store over the competition, every receipt a tiny vote of confidence in your vision. You're not just selling merchandise, you're selling the radical idea that regular people deserve extraordinary value. Would you sacrifice sleep to count every penny and study every customer pattern? Commentor. Your competitors think you're crazy, selling everything so cheap that your profit margins look skinnier than a scarecrow on a diet. What they don't understand is that you're playing a completely different game. While they're trying to squeeze maximum profit from minimum customers, you're building something unprecedented. A money-making machine powered by volume, efficiency, and the revolutionary concept of treating customers like human beings instead of walking wallets. The smell of success in 1962 smells like floor wax, fresh merchandise, and the sweet aroma of cash registers that never stop singing. You stand in your store at the end of another 16-hour day, surrounded by the evidence of your growing empire. Empty shelves that'll need restocking, satisfied customers who'll be back next week, and a vision that's starting to take shape like a photograph developing in a darkroom. You're not just building a store, you're architecting the future of American retail, one discounted toothbrush at a time. 2 years into your Walmart adventure, and you're starting to feel like a retail prophet preaching the gospel of low prices to anyone with ears and a shopping list. Your single store has become profitable faster than a politician changes positions during election season, and now you're facing the delicious problem of success. Everyone wants to know your secret. You're sitting in your cramped office above the store, surrounded by financial reports that read like love letters from the universe. The numbers don't lie. You're moving merchandise at a rate that would make your competitors weep into their overpriced coffee. Your cost-cutting strategies have reached levels of precision that would impress a Swiss accountant having an efficiency orgasm. Listen to the hum of adding machines calculating your weekly profits, a mechanical lullaby of American capitalism. The secret isn't just low prices, it's the entire ecosystem you've built around those prices. You've negotiated supplier relationships tighter than a jar of pickles sealed by an overeager grandmother. Your distribution system, while still primitive, moves goods with the reliability of a well-oiled farming combine during harvest season. But here's where your vision gets genuinely terrifying for the competition. You're not thinking about one store anymore, you're thinking about dozens. You've identified small towns across Arkansas and beyond that are retail deserts, places where people drive 50 miles just to buy a decent pair of work boots or a birthday present that doesn't suck. Your expansion strategy unfolds on your office wall, like a battle plan drawn by a general who's never lost a war. Each pushpin represents a town of 5,000 to 25,000 people. Too small for Sears or JCPenney to notice, but perfect for a Walmart. You're going to build stores in places where the biggest excitement is usually the county fair or a particularly dramatic church potluck. The mathematics of your model are beautiful in their simplicity. Small towns have less competition, lower real estate costs, and customers will drive reasonable distances for significantly better prices. You're not fighting for market share in saturated cities. You're creating markets where none existed before. Your pickup truck has become a mobile headquarters, its odometer spinning like a slot machine as you cruise through potential locations. You study traffic patterns like a meteorologist studies weather, counting cars and noting where people shop, eat and gather. Every grain elevator, every courthouse square, every main street tells a story about commerce and community that you're learning to read like scripture. Would you bet your life savings on the loyalty of small-town customers you've never met? Comment or. The smell of opportunity smells like fresh asphalt and possibility. You're negotiating leases in towns where your name will soon be as familiar as the local pastors, where your store will become the unofficial community centre for people who need everything from motor oil to birthday cards. Your suppliers are starting to take you seriously now, like creditors finally returning phone calls. The volume of your orders has grown from cute to significant to, holy crap, this guy means business. You're demanding better prices, faster delivery, and exclusive deals that'll give you advantages sharper than a freshly honed hunting knife. But the real genius of your expansion isn't just geographic, it's cultural. You understand that small-town customers aren't just buying products, they're buying relationships, trust, and the feeling that their business matters. Your employees aren't just cashiers and stockers, they're neighbours who know their customers' names, their families, and their needs. The competition still doesn't see what's coming. They're focused on urban markets and suburban malls, dismissing rural America like it's last year's fashion trend. Meanwhile, you're quietly building an empire in their blind spot, creating customer loyalty so strong it'll survive recessions, competition, and whatever retail apocalypse the future might bring. You stand in your flagship store as the sun sets over Bentonville, casting long shadows through the windows like promises of growth. The cash registers are quiet now, but tomorrow they'll sing again, and the next day, and the day after that. You're not just selling merchandise anymore, you're selling the American dream at prices everyone can afford. The Walton Revolution has begun, and it smells like victory mixed with floor wax and the sweet satisfaction of proving everyone wrong who said it couldn't be done. You're standing in what looks like an airplane hangar, had a baby with a library and decided to raise it on pure efficiency. Welcome to 1970, and you're about to revolutionize how stuff gets from factories to shelves with the precision of a Swiss watchmaker having a productivity seizure. The smell of cardboard and possibility fills the air like incense in the church of capitalism. Your first distribution centre in Bentonville stretches before you like a cathedral of commerce, 390,000 square feet of concrete floors and metal shelving systems that reach toward fluorescent heavens. The sound echoes differently here. Forklifts beeping like mechanical birds, conveyor belts humming with the rhythm of money being made, and the soft thunder of boxes moving through your supply chain faster than rumours through a small town. Listen to the symphony of efficiency. Boxes sliding down chutes, scanners beeping, and the distant rumble of 18-wheelers backing up to loading docks. You've just solved the problem that's been keeping retail executives awake at night since the invention of stuff. How to get the right products to the right stores at the right time without going bankrupt on shipping costs. While your competitors are still ordering merchandise like they're playing pin the tail on the donkey, you've created a system more sophisticated than NASA's mission control, except instead of launching rockets, you're launching toilet paper and television sets. The magic happens in the data. You've installed computer systems that track every item with the obsession of a stalker, monitoring their ex's social media. Each product has a number, each number tells a story, and each story helps you predict what Mrs. Johnson in Harrison, Arkansas will want to buy next Tuesday. It's like having a crystal ball, except the crystal ball runs on electricity and makes beeping sounds. Your competitors are still guessing what to stock based on last year's sales, and whatever their buyers think might be popular. Meanwhile, you know that fishing lures sell 300% better in March, that back-to-school supplies need to hit stores by July 15th, and that people in Tornado Alley buy flashlights and batteries like they're preparing for the apocalypse, which, in Arkansas weather, they basically are. The distribution centre operates with the precision of a military operation, if military operations were designed to move millions of tubes of toothpaste instead of troops. Workers move through the aisles like choreographed dancers, picking, packing and shipping with efficiency levels that would make a factory supervisor weep tears of pure joy. Would you trust a computer system to predict human shopping behaviour better than humans themselves? Comment robot or brain. But here's where your system gets truly revolutionary. Instead of waiting for stores to run out of stuff and then scrambling to restock like firefighters responding to emergencies, you're predicting what they'll need before they know they need it. Your trucks arrive at stores like clockwork, unloading fresh merchandise before the shelves even look empty. The cost savings are beautiful enough to frame and hang in an accounting museum. By controlling your own distribution, you've eliminated the middlemen who are skimming profits like teenagers sneaking cookies from the jar. Every penny saved in distribution is a penny that can be passed on to customers or reinvested in expansion. Your trucks move through the night like commercial cavalry, carrying everything from Arkansas to Alabama, from Oklahoma to Missouri. Each trailer is loaded with the scientific precision of a Tetris champion having an organizational breakthrough. Nothing wasted, nothing forgotten, nothing left to chance. The smell of success now includes diesel fuel and the satisfying aroma of perfectly organized inventory. You walk through your distribution center at 3 a.m., watching the night shift work with the dedication of elves in Santa's workshop, except these elves are getting paid overtime and health benefits. Your regional competitors are starting to panic like homeowners watching their neighbours' property values skyrocket, while their own house develops a mysterious lien. They can't match your prices because they can't match your efficiency. They're still paying other people to store and ship their merchandise, while you've created a supply chain more integrated than a Swiss precision instrument. You're holding what looks like a laser gun from a science fiction movie, except instead of fighting aliens, you're fighting inefficiency with the ruthless precision of a retail Terminator. Welcome to 1983, and that beeping device in your hands is about to change commerce. Forever. It's called a barcode scanner, and it's about to make your competitors look like they're still using abacuses to count their money. The scanner feels substantial in your grip, like holding the future of American retail. Every beep represents data flowing into your computer system faster than gossip spreads through a church potluck. You're scanning a box of Tide detergent, and somewhere in your corporate headquarters, a computer just learned that store number 47 in Fayetteville needs more laundry soap. Listen to the satisfying beep of the scanner as it reads barcodes like a mechanical prophet deciphering the language of commerce. Your stores now hum with the sound of technology working harder than a caffeinated accountant during tax season. Every product that moves through your system leaves a digital footprint more detailed than a detective's case file. You know which items sell fastest on rainy days, which products customers buy together, and which displays make people spend money like they've won the lottery. The old way of managing inventory was like trying to herd cats while blindfolded. Store managers guessed what they needed, suppliers shipped whatever they felt like sending, and customers dealt with empty shelves like it was a fact of life, similar to death and taxes. Now you're managing inventory with the precision of a master chef timing a 7-course meal for a dinner party of 100 million Americans. Your point-of-sale systems capture data faster than paparazzi snap photos of celebrities having bad hair days. Every transaction creates information: what was bought, when it was bought, how it was paid for, and what other items were purchased at the same time. This data flows back to your headquarters like tributaries feeding a mighty river of commercial intelligence. The computers in your offices now make sounds like R2D2, having a conversation with a dial-up modem. Printers churn out reports with the enthusiasm of machines that have finally found their life's purpose. Your managers study these reports like biblical scholars examining ancient texts, looking for patterns that reveal the mysteries of human shopping behaviour. Would you trust a machine to understand your customers better than your own employees? Commentor. But here's where the technology gets genuinely scary for your competition. You're not just collecting data, you're acting on it faster than a politician changes positions during an election year. When your system detects that people in Louisiana are buying more batteries and flashlights than usual, your distribution centres automatically ship emergency supplies before the hurricane even makes landfall. Your suppliers now plug directly into your systems like medical devices connecting to life support. They can see what's selling in real time, adjust their production schedules, and ship replacement inventory before your shelves look empty. It's supply chain intimacy at a level that would make other retailers blush with embarrassment at their own primitive methods. The smell of progress smells like ozone from computer screens, and the satisfying aroma of perfectly organised data. Your employees learn to trust the machines like pilots trust their instruments during cloudy weather. The computer says store number 23 needs more fishing line, ship fishing line. The system indicates that customers in Texas buy more salsa during football season. Stock extra salsa. Your competitors are still making purchasing decisions based on gut feelings and last year's sales patterns, like navigating by the stars while you're using GPS. They walk into your stores and see clean, well-stocked shelves, efficient checkout lines, and prices lower than their operating costs. What they don't see is the technological nervous system humming beneath the surface, processing millions of data points faster than a supercomputer, calculating the trajectory of space missions. The revolution isn't just in retail, it's in the fundamental relationship between supply and demand. You've created a feedback loop more responsive than a teenager's mood swings, where customer behaviour instantly influences inventory decisions across hundreds of stores. Every purchase becomes a vote for what should be stocked next week. Every empty shelf a signal to the supply chain that action is needed. You're standing in what looks like mission control for a space program, except instead of launching rockets to the moon, you're launching data to every Walmart in America at the speed of light. Welcome to 1987, and you've just built the largest private satellite communication network in the United States. The smell of achievement mixes with the ozone scent of high-tech electronics and the faint aroma of your competitors' mounting panic. Your satellite dish points skyward like a technological prayer to the gods of commerce, beaming signals through space with more reliability than the postal service and more speed than a rumour about celebrity divorce proceedings. The control room buzzes with the energy of engineers who've just figured out how to make retail communication as instantaneous as thought itself. Listen to the quiet hum of satellites maintaining constant contact with over 1,000 stores, a celestial network of commerce spanning from orbit to checkout counter. The genius of your satellite system isn't just communication, it's the elimination of retail lag time. While your competitors are still playing telephone tag with their stores, waiting days for sales reports and inventory updates, you're conducting business at light speed. A manager in Montana can communicate with headquarters in Arkansas faster than most people can place a long-distance phone call. Your morning meetings now include live video conferences with store managers from coast to coast, their faces appearing on screens like a retail Brady Bunch opening sequence. You can see the enthusiasm in their eyes, hear the excitement in their voices as they report yesterday's sales figures and discuss today's challenges. It's democracy in action, except instead of voting on legislation, you're voting on which products deserve premium shelf space. The satellite network carries more than just data, it carries culture. Your corporate training videos beam down from space to every store simultaneously, ensuring that a customer in California receives the same friendly greeting and helpful service as someone shopping in Connecticut. Your company meetings broadcast live to thousands of employees who gather around television screens like families watching the Super Bowl. Would you spend $24 million on a satellite system when your competitors think fax machines are cutting-edge technology? Comment awe. But here's where your space-age communication system becomes genuinely revolutionary. It creates institutional learning at the speed of a light. When a store in Florida discovers that a particular product display increases sales by 30%, that information doesn't sit in a filing cabinet collecting dust. It broadcasts to every store manager in America before lunch, spreading successful strategies faster than social media spreads cat videos. Your buyers in Bentonville can now monitor inventory levels across the entire chain in real time, like air traffic controllers managing the flow of commercial aviation. When hurricane season approaches, your satellite system coordinates emergency supply shipments to affected regions with the precision of a military operation. Generators, flashlights, and bottled water flow to the right places at exactly the right time. The technology has transformed your weekly sales meetings from guessing games into data-driven strategy sessions. Regional managers present their numbers not from printed reports that arrive 3 days late, but from live data streams that update every few minutes. You can literally watch America shop in real time, seeing patterns emerge like weather formations on a meteorologist's radar screen. Your competitors are still managing their chains like medieval kingdoms, where information travels by horseback and decisions take weeks to implement. Meanwhile, you're operating with the coordination of a symphony orchestra, where every instrument knows exactly when to play, and every note contributes to a harmonious performance. The satellite network has created something unprecedented in retail history. A truly integrated national chain that operates like a single, massive organism. Price changes implemented at headquarters appear on cash registers nationwide within hours. Promotional campaigns launch simultaneously across all markets. Employee recognition programs broadcast success stories from sea to shining sea. The smell of the future now includes the clean, electric scent of advanced electronics and the satisfaction of problems solved before they become crises. Your store managers wake up each morning knowing that help is literally as close as a satellite signal, that expertise and support beam down from space like commercial guardian angels watching over their retail territories. You've created more than a communication system. You've built the nervous system for the largest retailer in human history, a network that will carry information, innovation, and inspiration across America for decades to come. Every signal that bounces off your satellites carries the promise of better service, lower prices, and the continuing evolution of American commerce. You're standing at the epicenter of retail warfare, and the weapon in your arsenal isn't nuclear. It's something far more devastating to your competition, permanently low prices that never go back up. Welcome to 1988, and you're about to launch the everyday low prices strategy that will make your competitors surrender faster than France in a world war. The smell of victory mixes with the aroma of freshly printed price tags showing numbers that would make accountants weep tears of mathematical beauty. Your conference room feels like a war room where generals plan invasions, except instead of conquering countries, you're conquering market share one discounted product at a time. Charts and graphs cover the walls like battle plans, showing price comparisons that reveal just how dramatically you're going to undercut every competitor from coast to coast. Listen to the sound of pricing guns clicking as employees across America mark down thousands of items to levels that will make customers think they're hallucinating. The old retail game was built on deception more elaborate than a magician's stage show. Competitors would raise prices just to have sales that brought items back down to normal levels. Customers played along like audience members, pretending magic tricks were real, shopping only during promotional events and treating regular prices like they were being robbed by polite strangers wearing name tags. You've decided to burn this whole charade to the ground and salt the earth where it stood. Instead of playing the sale game, you're offering the same low prices every single day, creating a retail environment more honest than a confession booth and more reliable than sunrise. No More was $29.99, now $19.99. Nonsense. Just $19.99, period. Forever. Your competitors' marketing departments are probably having nervous breakdowns like teenagers trying to explain why they missed curfew. Their entire promotional calendar, built around President's Day sales, back-to-school events, and Black Friday madness, suddenly looks as outdated as a horse and buggy transportation schedule. How do you compete with someone who's offering your sale prices as their regular prices? The mathematics of your strategy are beautiful in their simplicity and terrifying in their implications. By eliminating the peaks and valleys of promotional pricing, you've created predictable revenue streams that allow for more accurate forecasting, better supplier negotiations, and inventory management so precise it would make Swiss watchmakers jealous of your timing. Would you eliminate sales events that create customer excitement just to offer consistent low prices? Comment or. Your suppliers initially react like people being told their favourite restaurant is changing to a completely different type of cuisine. They've built their entire business models around promotional cycles, expecting orders to fluctuate like a roller coaster designed by someone with a sadistic sense of humour. Now you're demanding steady, predictable shipments at prices that reflect your newfound purchasing power. The customer response is immediate and overwhelming, like opening floodgates that have been holding back a reservoir of pent-up shopping demand. People who previously shopped only during sales events now visit your stores regularly, confident that today's prices will be the same as tomorrow's prices. The psychological relief is palpable. No more waiting for sales, no more wondering if they're paying too much, no more buyer's remorse about timing. Your advertising strategy shifts from screaming about temporary savings to calmly explaining permanent value. Instead of sale, 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 Your message becomes, save money, live better. It's retail zen, achieving maximum impact through minimum drama, like a master martial artist defeating opponents through perfect technique rather than flashy moves. The smell of disruption fills the air like ozone before a thunderstorm. Your competitors scramble to respond, but they're trapped in promotional cycles more complex than federal tax law. They can't simply drop all their prices to match yours because their cost structures weren't built for permanent discounting. They're like armies equipped for traditional warfare suddenly facing guerrilla tactics they don't understand. Your everyday low prices become the new normal for millions of Americans who adjust their shopping behaviour like people adapting to a different climate. They stop stockpiling sale items, stop waiting for promotional events, stop playing the retail timing game that had turned shopping into a strategic exercise requiring more planning than military campaigns. The revolution is quiet but complete. You haven't just changed pricing, you've changed the fundamental relationship between retailers and customers, creating trust based on consistency rather than excitement based on scarcity. Every price tag in every store becomes a promise that this is as good as it gets, that tomorrow won't bring buyers remorse about timing or regret about missed opportunities. You're standing in what used to be a quiet American living room, except now it's been invaded by a retail revolution that makes the Norman Conquest look like a neighbourly visit. Welcome to 1990, and you're watching families across America fundamentally change how they think about shopping, money, and what constitutes a good deal. The air smells like fresh possibilities and the faint aroma of your competitors' mounting desperation. Your everyday low prices strategy has unleashed something unprecedented in American retail culture: the death of sale anxiety. Customers no longer hoard products during promotional events like squirrels preparing for nuclear winter. Instead, they shop with the confidence of people who know they're getting the best deal every single day, creating a retail relationship more stable than most marriages. Listen to the sound of cash registers singing in harmony across America, a mechanical choir celebrating the end of promotional chaos. But here's where your genius becomes truly diabolical for the competition. You've turned shopping into a lifestyle choice rather than a necessity. Your customers don't just buy products at Walmart. They become evangelists for your pricing philosophy, spreading the gospel of everyday savings like a retail religion that actually delivers on its promises. The psychology of your approach is more sophisticated than Swiss diplomacy. While competitors train customers to wait for sales, creating a boom and bust shopping cycle that would make economists weep, you've created steady, predictable demand that flows like a well-managed river instead of flooding and droughts. Your advertising campaigns reflect this new philosophy with the subtlety of a brick through a window selling insurance. Instead of screaming about temporary price cuts, your commercials whisper about permanent value. The tagline, "We sell for less," becomes more than marketing. It becomes a promise as reliable as sunrise and significantly more useful than most government services. Would you trust a retailer who promises the same low prices every day over one that changes prices like a mood ring? Comment or the cultural shift you've created ripples through American society like aftershocks from a retail earthquake. Families plan their shopping trips to Walmart not around sales events, but around convenience and need. The psychological relief of not having to time purchases creates customer loyalty deeper than a teenager's crush on their favourite social media influencer. Your suppliers initially resist this pricing model like cats being introduced to bath time, but gradually realise that predictable order patterns allow for better production planning and cost management. The entire supply chain becomes more efficient when everyone stops playing the promotional guessing game. The smell of success now includes the satisfied aroma of customers who never feel like they've been tricked or manipulated. Your stores become destinations where people shop with confidence rather than suspicion, creating an atmosphere more welcoming than most family reunions and significantly less dramatic. Your competitors scramble to respond like emergency responders, arriving at a disaster they don't understand. They try to match your everyday low prices while maintaining their promotional calendars, creating pricing strategies more confused than a GPS system during a solar storm. The result is customer confusion and margin erosion that would make accountants consider early retirement. The revolution isn't just in pricing, it's in the fundamental relationship between retailer and customer. You've created trust through consistency, proving that in retail, reliability is more valuable than flash, and honesty more powerful than hype. Every price tag becomes a contract, every purchase a confirmation that fairness still exists in American commerce. You're sitting across a conference table from a supplier who's sweating more than a medieval peasant in summer, except instead of worrying about the plague, he's trying to comprehend the sheer scale of your purchasing power. Welcome to 1992, and you're about to explain how buying millions of units can make everyone rich, including him. The conference room smells like possibility mixed with the faint aroma of traditional business relationships being cremated. Your purchasing volumes have reached levels that would make ancient armies jealous. When you order toothbrushes, you're not buying hundreds or thousands, you're buying millions, creating economies of scale that would make economics professors weep tears of theoretical joy. Your single purchase orders represent more revenue than most companies see in a year. Listen to the sound of calculators working overtime as suppliers try to comprehend profit margins at volumes their grandparents couldn't have imagined. The mathematics of your supplier relationships are beautiful in their brutal simplicity. You offer suppliers the holy grail of manufacturing, massive, predictable orders in exchange for rock-bottom prices. It's like offering a starving person a steady job at a restaurant. The terms are non-negotiable, but the benefits are life-changing. Your supplier negotiations have evolved into something resembling international diplomacy, except instead of preventing wars, you're preventing price increases. You walk into meetings with data more detailed than NASA mission reports, knowing exactly how much each component costs to produce, ship, and profit from. The suppliers sit across from you like students taking an exam they didn't study for. The power dynamic in these relationships shifts faster than a teenager's mood during finals week. Traditional supplier-retailer relationships involved polite negotiations over modest orders. Your relationships involve suppliers restructuring their entire operations to meet your volume demands, building factories specifically to serve your needs. Would you restructure your entire business to serve one customer if that customer represented 30% of your revenue? Comment factory or office. But here's where your approach becomes genuinely revolutionary. You don't just demand lower prices, you help suppliers achieve them. Your teams work directly with manufacturers to streamline production, eliminate waste, and optimize logistics. It's corporate collaboration at a level that would make marriage counselors take notes. The results ripple through American manufacturing like good gossip through a small town. Suppliers become more efficient, innovative, and profitable while selling to you at lower prices. You've created a business model where everyone wins except your competitors who watch helplessly as you lock up the best suppliers with exclusive deals. Your supplier requirements become industry standards overnight. When Walmart demands better packaging, faster delivery, or improved quality control, suppliers don't just comply. They adopt these improvements for all their customers. You're essentially upgrading American manufacturing one purchase order at a time. The smell of progress now includes the satisfying aroma of streamlined production and optimized supply chains. Your influence extends beyond retail into manufacturing, logistics, and innovation. Every product on your shelves represents a small victory in the war against inefficiency, a battle won through volume, vision, and the relentless pursuit of lower costs. Your competitors watch this supplier revolution with the horror of people watching their favorite restaurant become impossible to get into. They can't match your volumes, can't replicate your relationships, and can't compete with the prices that result from your manufacturing partnerships. They're reduced to shopping for suppliers in the clearance section of a market you've already dominated. The transformation is complete. You've changed not just how America shops, but how America makes things. Every factory that retools for your orders, every supplier that adopts your standards, every innovation driven by your demands contributes to a manufacturing revolution that will reshape the global economy. You're standing in what looks like a war room designed by someone who's never seen a war, but has definitely seen a lot of retail profit reports. Welcome to 1991, and you're about to launch the most ambitious retail invasion since the invention of money. The air smells like international opportunity mixed with the faint aroma of your competitors' global nightmares about to become reality. Your map of the world now looks like a game board where you're planning to place retail pieces faster than a chess grandmaster having a strategic breakthrough. Mexico becomes your testing ground, the retail equivalent of dipping your toe in international waters before diving into the ocean of global commerce. Listen to the rustle of international business plans being drafted, while your competitors wonder if they should have paid more attention in geography class. The decision to go international isn't just expansion, it's validation that your retail model works better than antibiotics. If you can sell American customers everything from socks to lawn mowers at unbeatable prices, why not extend that same promise to customers who've never experienced the joy of truly competitive retail? Your first international store opens in Mexico City like a retail embassy, introducing concepts that local competitors haven't seen outside of their worst nightmares. Mexican shoppers encounter your vast selection, everyday low prices, and customer service standards with the wonder of people discovering that pizza delivery can arrive in under an hour. The cultural translation of your business model requires more finesse than a diplomatic summit between countries that can't agree on what to call their shared border. You maintain your core principles, low prices, wide selection, efficient operations, while adapting to local tastes, shopping habits, and regulatory requirements that sometimes make American bureaucracy look streamlined. Would you bet your company's future on the assumption that good deals translate universally across cultures and languages? Comment or, your Mexican expansion creates ripple effects through the retail landscape like dropping a retail meteor into a peaceful shopping ecosystem. Local competitors scramble to understand your pricing model, your inventory systems, and your customer service approach with the desperation of students who just realize the final exam is tomorrow. The logistics of international expansion challenge your supply chain expertise like a doctoral thesis in advanced complexity. You're now coordinating product flow not just across states but across borders, dealing with currency fluctuations, import regulations, and transportation networks that sometimes seem designed by people who've never actually tried to ship anything anywhere. But here's where your international expansion becomes genuinely terrifying for global competitors. You're not just opening stores, you're exporting American retail efficiency to markets that have never experienced it. You're essentially introducing the concept of retail competition to places where it barely existed. The smell of success now includes the exotic aroma of international commerce and the satisfying scent of new markets being conquered. Your stores in Mexico become laboratories for international retail, testing what works globally versus what requires local adaptation. Your competitors watch your international expansion with the horror of people realizing their neighborhood's property values are about to skyrocket while they're still renting. They understand that once you prove your model works internationally, no market on earth will be safe from your retail revolution. The transformation is unprecedented. You're not just building an American retail empire. You're creating a global standard for what shopping should cost, what selection should look like, and what customer service should deliver. Every international store becomes a statement that efficient retail is a human right, not a luxury. You're navigating cultural differences more complex than a United Nations summit on what constitutes acceptable elevator music. Welcome to 1993. And you're discovering that retail success requires more than just low prices. It requires understanding why people in different countries buy things differently than Americans who consider shopping a competitive sport. Your international teams face challenges that would make anthropologists reach for their strongest coffee. Mexican customers shop differently than American customers, preferring smaller package sizes, different brands, and shopping patterns that don't align with your American superstore model designed for suburban families buying in bulk like they're preparing for societal collapse. Listen to the sound of cultural consultants explaining why Mexican shoppers don't want to buy 64 rolls of toilet paper at once, even if it's cheaper per roll. The adaptation process requires more flexibility than a yoga instructor teaching contortionists. You maintain your core promise of everyday low prices while adjusting product mix, store layouts, and even shopping cart sizes to match local preferences and shopping habits that have evolved over centuries. Your Mexican stores become case studies in retail anthropology, teaching you that successful international expansion requires respecting local customs while gradually introducing the benefits of your retail model. It's like teaching people a new language. You start with familiar words and gradually introduce more complex concepts. The supply chain challenges multiply faster than rabbits in a vegetable garden. You're now sourcing products from Mexican suppliers while maintaining quality standards, managing currency exchange rates that fluctuate like a teenager's mood, and coordinating inventory across international borders with customs requirements more complex than advanced calculus. Your competitors initially dismiss your international expansion as American retail arrogance, assuming that Mexican customers won't embrace your superstore format. They underestimate both your adaptability and Mexican customers' appreciation for genuine value. a miscalculation that will haunt them like a bad credit score? Would you change your successful business model to accommodate local preferences, or try to change local preferences to match your model? Comment or. But here's where your international strategy becomes genuinely revolutionary. You're not just adapting to local markets, you're educating them about retail possibilities they didn't know existed. Mexican customers discover the joy of one-stop shopping, competitive pricing, and product selection that makes their previous shopping options look like medieval market stalls. The cultural exchange flows both ways like a two-way street with excellent traffic management. Mexican suppliers introduce you to products and processes that improve your American operations, while your efficiency standards help Mexican suppliers upgrade their manufacturing and logistics capabilities. Your success in Mexico validates your international expansion strategy like a positive pregnancy test validates family planning efforts. You prove that retail efficiency, customer service, and competitive pricing transcend cultural boundaries, creating satisfied customers regardless of language, currency, or local shopping traditions. The smell of international success includes the spicy aroma of cultural adaptation mixed with the satisfying scent of universal customer satisfaction. Your Mexican stores become profitable faster than local competitors expected, proving that good deals speak a universal language that doesn't require translation. Your expansion team learns lessons that will prove invaluable for future international markets. Respect local preferences, maintain core principles, invest in local suppliers, and never underestimate customers' ability to recognize genuine value when they see it. These lessons become the foundation for a global retail empire that will eventually span continents. The transformation is cultural as well as commercial. You're not just opening stores, you're demonstrating that efficient retail can coexist with local traditions, that global standards can respect regional preferences, and that the best international businesses succeed by adapting rather than imposing. You're orchestrating a logistical symphony more complex than organizing a family reunion, where half the relatives live in different time zones, and the other half don't speak to each other. Welcome to 1995, and your international supply chain now spans continents with the precision of a Swiss watchmaker who's had too much caffeine but somehow maintains perfect timing. Your global sourcing strategy transforms from a business necessity into an art form more sophisticated than international diplomacy. You're now buying products manufactured in Asia, shipped through Pacific ports, distributed across North America, and sold to customers who assume everything magically appears on shelves like retail fairy tale magic. Listen to the hum of container ships crossing oceans loaded with products destined for your stores, a maritime parade of global commerce that operates with more reliability than most government services. The mathematics of global sourcing require calculations more complex than NASA mission planning. You're managing currency exchange rates, shipping costs, quality control across multiple countries, and delivery schedules that must coordinate with the precision of an Olympic synchronized swimming team, performing in different pools simultaneously. Your purchasing teams now operate like international trade ambassadors, negotiating with suppliers in countries where business customs range from formal presentations that last longer than some movies to handshake agreements that hold more weight than legal contracts in other cultures. The quality control challenges multiply faster than compound interest on credit card debt. You're ensuring that products manufactured in Asia meet American safety standards, maintain consistent quality across different factories, and arrive at your stores in conditions suitable for customers who expect perfection at discount prices. Your competitors watch your global sourcing expansion with the fascination of people observing a magic trick they can't figure out. They see your impossibly low prices but can't replicate your international supply chain relationships, built over years of volume commitments and operational excellence. Would you trust your business success to suppliers operating in countries where you don't speak the language or understand the business culture? Comment or. But here's where your global strategy becomes genuinely game-changing. You're not just buying products internationally, you're creating international manufacturing standards that benefit suppliers, customers, and the global economy. Your volume orders allow factories to invest in better equipment, training, and working conditions. The economic impact ripples through developing countries like good news spreading through a small town. Your orders create jobs, improve manufacturing capabilities, and introduce quality standards that help entire industries upgrade their operations. You're essentially exporting American retail efficiency backward through your supply chain. Your logistics network becomes a marvel of international coordination, moving products from Asian factories to American shelves with efficiency that would make postal services worldwide weep with envy. Container tracking, inventory management, and delivery coordination operate with precision that defies the complexity of managing global operations. The smell of global success includes the metallic aroma of shipping containers mixed with the satisfying scent of international cooperation and the sweet fragrance of cost savings passed on to customers. Your supply chain becomes a model studied by business schools teaching international commerce. Your international suppliers become partners in your success story, growing their businesses while helping you maintain competitive advantages that competitors can't match. The relationships develop trust levels deeper than most international alliances, built on mutual profit and operational excellence. The transformation is global. You've changed not just how America shops, but how the world manufactures and distributes consumer goods. Every factory that upgrades to meet your standards, every port that modernizes to handle your shipments, every supplier that improves to serve your needs contributes to a more efficient global economy. You're staring at a computer screen that looks like it was designed by someone who'd heard about the internet but never actually used it, except you're supposed to use this technological marvel to compete with companies that understand e-commerce better than you understand quantum physics. Welcome to 1996, and the internet is about to make your massive physical store network look as outdated as a paper map in the GPS era. Your first encounter with online retail feels like a medieval knight trying to understand rocket science while wearing full armor. Amazon launches with the audacity of a startup that thinks selling books online might actually work, while you're managing thousands of physical stores and wondering why anyone would want to shop without touching the merchandise first. Listen to the dial-up modem sounds of early internet connections, a technological symphony that moves data slower than gossip spreads through a retirement community. The concept of customers buying products they can't physically examine challenges everything you understand about retail psychology. Your entire business model depends on customers experiencing your vast selection, competitive prices, and convenient locations, while internet retailers are promising to deliver the same products to customers' doors without requiring pants. Your initial response to e-commerce resembles a retail giant discovering that ants have learned to fly. Impressive, but probably not threatening to your fundamental business model. You focus on optimizing your physical stores while internet retailers struggle with basic logistics, challenges you've already mastered. The technology infrastructure required for e-commerce seems more complex than the space program and approximately as reliable as weather forecasting. Early online retailers battle website crashes, payment security issues, and shipping problems that make your most challenging supply chain day look like a relaxing vacation. Your customers remain loyal to the physical shopping experience like people preferring live concerts to streaming music. They want to touch products, compare options side by side, and take purchases home immediately rather than waiting for delivery trucks that may or may not arrive when promised. Would you invest billions in internet technology that might be a fad, or continue perfecting your proven physical retail model, common computer or building? But here's where the internet starts becoming less dismissible and more terrifying. Online retailers aren't just selling products, they're collecting customer data with the precision of surveillance operations. They know what customers browse, what they buy, and what they might want next, creating targeted marketing more sophisticated than anything possible in physical retail. Your vast physical infrastructure suddenly feels less like an advantage and more like an anchor in a rapidly changing retail environment. Every store requires rent, utilities, employees, and maintenance, while internet retailers operate from warehouses with cost structures that would make your CFO question his career choices. The customer convenience factor grows more attractive faster than ice cream melts in summer heat. Online shopping eliminates driving to stores, searching for parking, waiting in checkout lines, and dealing with crowds that sometimes make shopping feel like a contact sport for people who don't enjoy physical confrontation. The smell of technological change fills the air like ozone before a thunderstorm, mixing with the faint aroma of traditional retail confidence being slowly eroded by mouse clicks and delivery trucks. Your board meetings start including discussions about internet strategy. with the enthusiasm of people discussing root canal procedures. Your competitors fragment into two camps: those who dismiss e-commerce as a temporary distraction, and those who panic invest in online capabilities without understanding how to integrate digital and physical retail effectively. You find yourself somewhere in the middle, watching the internet evolve while trying to determine if it's evolution or extinction. The transformation creeps forward like rising floodwater, gradually, then suddenly overwhelming. Every month brings news of another internet retailer achieving impossible growth rates, while traditional retailers struggle to understand how companies with no physical stores can generate billions in revenue. You're finally embracing e-commerce with the enthusiasm of someone who's just realized that the party everyone's been talking about is actually worth attending, except you arrive to discover that all the good spots are taken and the music has already changed 3 times. Welcome to 2000, and the internet has evolved from curious experiment to retail reality faster than fashion trends in a teenage girl's closet. Your launch of Walmart.com feels like bringing a freight train to a drag race. You have massive power and infrastructure, but the competition has been designed specifically for speed and digital agility. Amazon has spent years perfecting online retail, while you've been perfecting physical retail, creating a technological gap wider than the Grand Canyon. Listen to the sound of keyboards clicking as your IT teams scramble to build e-commerce capabilities that your competitors have been developing since dial-up internet was considered cutting-edge technology. The digital learning curve proves steeper than a ski slope designed by someone with a grudge against gravity. Your expertise in physical retail, inventory management, customer service, supply chain logistics doesn't automatically translate to online retail, where customer expectations and operational requirements operate by completely different rules. Your website launches with the fanfare of a major retail initiative, but the functionality of a school science project. Customers encounter slow loading times, limited product selection, and checkout processes more complicated than filing tax returns in multiple states. The contrast with Amazon's streamlined experience is painful enough to make retail analysts wince. The integration challenges between your massive physical infrastructure and new digital capabilities create complexity that would challenge systems engineers at tech companies. You're essentially trying to teach a traditional retail elephant to dance, like a tech startup gazelle, while maintaining your existing business operations. Your customer base initially approaches your website with the loyalty of longtime Walmart shoppers, but the expectations shaped by Amazon's digital excellence. They want Walmart prices with Amazon convenience, creating performance standards that require months of development to achieve satisfactorily. Would you cannibalize your own physical store sales to build a competitive online presence, or protect your existing business model at the expense of digital growth? Comment or. But here's where your late entry into e-commerce becomes strategically advantageous. You learn from competitors' mistakes, while leveraging advantages they can't replicate. Your massive physical store network becomes the foundation for online order fulfillment and customer service that pure digital retailers struggle to match. The click and collect concept transforms your stores from digital competition into digital assets. Customers can order online and pick up at stores, combining internet convenience with immediate gratification in ways that warehouse-only retailers cannot offer. You've accidentally created an omnichannel strategy while trying to catch up technologically. Your supply chain expertise, developed over decades of physical retail, provides advantages in online fulfillment that become apparent once your digital infrastructure matures. Your relationships with suppliers, understanding of inventory management, and logistics capabilities create operational excellence that competitors struggle to replicate. The smell of digital adaptation mixes with the familiar aroma of retail determination and the satisfying scent of customers discovering that your online prices match your in-store promise. Your late start becomes an opportunity to build better systems informed by competitors' trial and error experiences. Your physical stores become fulfillment centers, customer service locations, and return processing centers that provide competitive advantages pure online retailers cannot match. Customers gain confidence in online purchases, knowing they can resolve issues or make returns at nearby physical locations. The transformation accelerates like a retail rocket, achieving escape velocity. You're not just adding e-commerce to your business, you're creating an integrated retail experience that combines the best of physical and digital shopping, in ways that reshape customer expectations for the entire industry. You're orchestrating a retail symphony where physical stores, websites, mobile apps, and delivery services must harmonize like a choir, where every singer knows a different song, but somehow creates beautiful music together. Welcome to 2010, and you're finally realizing that the future of retail isn't choosing between digital and physical. It's making them work together better than a perfectly matched dance partnership. Your omnichannel strategy emerges from necessity more than vision, like solving a puzzle you didn't realize you were assembling until the picture became clear. Customers demand the ability to shop online, pick up in stores, return online purchases to physical locations, and check inventory across all channels like they're conducting a retail orchestra from their smartphones. Listen to the synchronized beeping of barcode scanners, mobile devices, and point-of-sale systems creating a technological rhythm that connects your entire retail operation in real time. The integration challenges require technological solutions more complex than space missions, except instead of launching rockets, you're launching seamless customer experiences across multiple platforms. Your IT teams work with the dedication of emergency responders, connecting systems that were never designed to communicate with each other. Your mobile app development transforms from afterthought to necessity, faster than social media trends change among teenagers. Customers expect to scan products in your stores to compare prices, check reviews, and access digital coupons with the ease of people who've never known retail without smartphones. The inventory management system evolves into something resembling air traffic control for products, tracking items across stores, warehouses, and shipping centers with precision that enables customers to order online and pick up within hours. Your physical stores become extensions of your digital presence rather than separate entities. Your customer service approach adapts to address issues that span multiple channels, with solutions that sometimes require more coordination than international diplomacy. A customer might order online, modify the order through your app, pick up part of the order in-store and return items through a third-party service, expecting seamless experience throughout. Would you spend billions integrating your physical and digital operations, or focus on perfecting each channel separately? Comment, link, or phone. But here's where your omnichannel evolution becomes genuinely revolutionary. You're not just connecting channels, you're creating customer experiences that leverage the strengths of each platform while minimizing the weaknesses. Online browsing leads to in-store purchases, in-store discovery drives online orders, and mobile apps enhance physical shopping experiences. The data collection and analysis capabilities multiply exponentially when channels integrate successfully. You now understand customer behavior across all touchpoints, creating marketing and inventory strategies informed by comprehensive shopping patterns that pure online or physical retailers cannot access. Your competitive advantages compound like interest in a high-yield savings account. Competitors must choose between investing in physical presence or digital capabilities, while your integrated approach creates customer value that neither pure online nor traditional retailers can match effectively. The smell of omnichannel success includes the electric aroma of seamlessly integrated technology, mixed with the satisfying scent of customers who can shop however they prefer without compromising convenience or price. Your stores become showrooms, fulfillment centers, and customer service locations simultaneously. Your employee training expands to include digital literacy alongside traditional retail skills, creating a workforce capable of helping customers navigate both physical and digital shopping experiences. Store associates become omnichannel ambassadors rather than just cash register operators. The transformation redefines retail expectations for the entire industry. Customers now expect all retailers to offer seamless experiences across all channels, forcing competitors to invest in integration capabilities or accept customer dissatisfaction with limited shopping options. You're managing a workforce larger than the population of many countries, except instead of governing citizens, you're coordinating employees across thousands of locations who somehow need to work together like a synchronized retail army. Welcome to 2005, and you've accidentally become the largest private employer in America while trying to staff enough stores to serve a country that shops like retail therapy is a constitutional right. Your human resources challenges now resemble managing a small nation's population, complete with regional differences, cultural variations, and employee needs that range from part-time students trying to afford textbooks to career associates supporting families. The complexity of coordinating 1.4 million employees makes federal government logistics look like organising a neighbourhood barbecue. Listen to the sound of time clocks punching in across America as your workforce begins shifts that will serve millions of customers who expect the same level of service, whether they're shopping in rural Arkansas or urban California. The logistics of managing this massive workforce require systems more sophisticated than military deployment strategies. You're scheduling employees across multiple time zones, coordinating training programs that reach from coast to coast, and maintaining consistent service standards across cultural and geographic diversity that spans the entire American experience. Your employment practices become subjects of national attention, with scrutiny usually reserved for political candidates or celebrities having public meltdowns. Labour advocates, economists and policymakers study your wage structures, benefit programs, and employment policies like researchers examining a retail specimen under a microscope. The economic impact of your employment decisions ripples through American communities like aftershocks from an economic earthquake. When you raise wages, announce new benefits, or change employment policies, the effects influence local economies, competitor practices, and national discussions about worker rights and corporate responsibility. Your training programs evolve into educational systems that rival community colleges in scope and complexity. New employees learn customer service, inventory management, safety procedures, and company culture through programs designed to create consistent experiences across thousands of locations with diverse local characteristics. Would you prioritize keeping labour costs low to maintain competitive prices, or invest in higher wages and benefits to improve employee satisfaction and retention? Comment or... But here's where your massive employment scale becomes both advantage and responsibility. You have the power to influence American employment standards through your policies and practices. Your decisions about wages, benefits, and working conditions set benchmarks that other large employers must consider when developing their own employment strategies. The diversity of your workforce reflects the diversity of America itself, creating workplace environments that include employees from different backgrounds, education levels, and life circumstances. Managing this diversity requires cultural sensitivity and inclusive policies that accommodate varying needs while maintaining operational efficiency. Your employee advancement programs create career pathways that allow associates to progress from entry-level positions to management roles, store management, and corporate positions. These internal promotion policies provide economic mobility opportunities in communities where such advancement prospects might otherwise be limited. The smell of employment opportunity mixes with the familiar aroma of retail operations and the satisfying scent of communities benefiting from steady job creation. Your stores become economic anchors in many areas, providing employment stability that supports local businesses and community development. Your benefits programs, health insurance, 401k plans, employee discounts, and educational assistance create total compensation packages that influence industry standards and provide financial security for employees who might otherwise lack access to such benefits through other employment opportunities. The transformation extends beyond retail into American employment culture. You've demonstrated that large-scale employment can be profitable while providing opportunities for advancement, skills development, and economic stability, influencing how Americans think about retail careers and corporate responsibility. You're navigating labour relations more complex than diplomatic negotiations between countries that can't agree on what constitutes reasonable working conditions, except instead of international treaties, you're dealing with union organisers, labour advocates, and employees who want better wages without higher prices. Welcome to 2012, and worker rights have become as contentious as political debates during election season. Your wage policies become front-page news with coverage usually reserved for natural disasters or celebrity scandals. Critics argue that your starting wages force employees to rely on government assistance, while supporters point out that your entry-level positions provide employment opportunities and advancement pathways in communities where alternatives might be limited. Listen to the sound of protests outside your stores mixing with the everyday noise of customers shopping, creating a surreal audio environment where labour disputes and retail operations coexist like competing radio stations bleeding through each other. The mathematics of wage increases create challenges that would challenge economists with advanced degrees in complexity theory. Raising wages for 1.4 million employees by even $1 per hour costs hundreds of millions annually, requiring careful analysis of how increased labour costs affect pricing, profitability, and competitive positioning. Your labour relations team works with the intensity of crisis management specialists, addressing union organising attempts, responding to worker advocacy groups, and managing public relations challenges that arise when employee working conditions become subjects of national political discussion and social media campaigns. The public relations battles extend beyond traditional media into social media platforms where employee experiences, wage comparisons, and working condition complaints can go viral faster than cat videos, creating reputation management challenges that require constant monitoring and response strategies. Your competitors watch your labour challenges with the mixed emotions of people watching a neighbour's house fire. Sympathetic to the difficulties while grateful it's not happening to them, but aware that labour standards set by America's largest private employer will eventually influence their own employment practices. Would you prioritise maintaining low prices for customers or significantly increasing wages for employees if you couldn't afford both? Commentor. But here's where your labour practices become genuinely transformative. Your decisions about wages and benefits influence employment standards across American retail, creating ripple effects that extend far beyond your own workforce. When you announce wage increases, competitors feel pressure to adjust their compensation packages to remain competitive for workers. The economic research studying your employment practices creates academic literature more extensive than doctoral dissertations on medieval poetry. Economists analyse the relationship between your wages, employee turnover, customer service quality, and community economic impact with research intensity usually reserved for studying major economic phenomena. Your employee training and advancement programs provide career development opportunities that transform retail work from temporary employment into potential career paths. Associates advance to management positions, develop transferable skills, and gain experience that enhances their long-term employment prospects regardless of whether they remain with your company. The smell of labour relations includes the tense aroma of ongoing negotiations mixed with the practical scent of everyday retail operations continuing despite external pressures. Your stores function normally while corporate teams address worker advocacy concerns and develop policies that balance employee needs with business requirements. Your benefits expansions, including healthcare improvements, educational assistance programs, and family leave policies, set standards that influence industry practices and provide concrete improvements in employee quality of life, demonstrating that large retailers can invest in worker welfare while remaining profitable. The transformation reshapes American retail employment. You've proven that companies can respond to worker advocacy while maintaining competitive operations, forcing industry-wide discussions about corporate responsibility, employee welfare, and the relationship between business success and worker treatment. You're implementing technology that makes your stores run like robots designed by efficiency experts who've never met a process they couldn't optimize, except you still need human employees to handle the tasks that require thinking, empathy, or the ability to explain why self-checkout machines hate everyone equally. Welcome to 2018, and automation is transforming retail work faster than social media changes attention spans. Your investment in automation technology creates a retail environment where machines handle routine tasks while employees focus on customer service, problem solving, and activities that require human judgment. Self-checkout stations, inventory robots, and automated scheduling systems change how work gets done without necessarily eliminating the need for workers. Listen to the mechanical humming of automated systems working alongside human employees, creating a technological symphony where efficiency and personal service harmonize like a retail orchestra conducted by algorithms with human hearts. The self-checkout expansion reflects customer preferences for speed and convenience, while creating new employee roles focused on assisting customers with technology, resolving technical issues, and providing personalized service that machines cannot replicate. Your associates become technology facilitators rather than just transaction processors. Your inventory management systems now include robots that scan shelves, track product locations, and identify restocking needs with precision that eliminates human error, while creating data that helps employees serve customers more effectively. Technology enhances human capabilities rather than replacing them entirely. The The employee training programs evolved to include technological literacy alongside traditional retail skills, preparing associates to work with automated systems while developing customer service capabilities that remained distinctly human. Your workforce becomes more skilled and specialized rather than less valuable. Your scheduling and workforce management systems use algorithms to optimize staffing levels, predict busy periods, and ensure adequate coverage while providing employees with more predictable schedules and advance notice that improves work-life balance and job satisfaction. Would you replace human workers with automation to reduce costs, or use technology to enhance employee capabilities and improve customer service? Comment robot or man working. But here's where your automation strategy becomes genuinely innovative. You're using technology to make retail jobs better rather than eliminating them entirely. Employees spend less time on repetitive tasks and more time helping customers, solving problems and developing skills that increase their value and job satisfaction. The customer service improvements resulting from automation create opportunities for employees to provide more personalized assistance, develop expertise in specific product areas, and build relationships with customers that online retailers cannot replicate through technology alone. Your data analytics capabilities help employees anticipate customer needs, manage inventory more effectively, and identify opportunities to improve store operations in ways that benefit both customers and workers. Technology becomes a tool for empowerment rather than replacement. The smell of technological progress mixes with the human aroma of employees who feel more valued and capable, creating work environments where people and machines collaborate to deliver customer experiences that neither could achieve independently. Your automation investments demonstrate that technology can enhance rather than threaten employment quality when implemented thoughtfully with consideration for employee development and customer service improvement, rather than simply reducing labor costs. The transformation redefines retail employment expectations. You've shown that automation can create better jobs rather than fewer jobs, influencing how the industry approaches technological advancement and workforce development in an increasingly digital retail environment. You're battling for control of America's dinner tables with the strategic intensity of generals planning military campaigns, except instead of conquering territory, you're competing for refrigerator space and the loyalty of customers who consider grocery shopping either a necessary evil or an extreme sport. Welcome to 2020, and the grocery business has become more competitive than reality TV show contestants fighting for screen time. Your expansion into groceries transforms you from a general merchandise retailer into a comprehensive life supplier, offering everything from motor oil to organic kale in shopping experiences that make other stores look like specialty boutiques with commitment issues. The superstore concept reaches its logical conclusion. Why shop anywhere else when Walmart has everything? Listen to the sound of shopping carts rolling through grocery aisles where customers can buy fresh produce, prescription medications, automotive services and home electronics in the same trip, creating retail efficiency that saves time better than most productivity apps. The grocery supply chain requires cold storage, fresh product rotation, and delivery timing more precise than Swiss watches, calibrated by perfectionist chronometer enthusiasts. Your logistics teams coordinate everything from bananas shipped from Central America to locally sourced organic vegetables with operational complexity that would challenge air traffic controllers. Your grocery pricing strategy applies the same everyday low-price philosophy to fresh food, creating competitive pressure on traditional supermarket chains that have operated with pricing models more comfortable than your relentless focus on value. Local grocery stores suddenly feel like expensive conveniences rather than necessities. The fresh food quality standards require supplier relationships and inventory management systems that ensure customer confidence in perishable products. Your reputation for low prices must extend to fresh produce, meat, dairy, and bakery items without compromising quality or safety standards that protect customer health and trust. Your online grocery services evolve from experimental offerings to competitive necessities as customers embrace the convenience of ordering groceries online for pickup or delivery. The integration of fresh food into e-commerce creates logistical challenges that test your operational capabilities in entirely new ways. Would you sacrifice profit margins on grocery items to drive customer traffic to higher margin general merchandise, or maintain consistent margins across all product categories? Comment or. But here's where your grocery expansion becomes genuinely disruptive. You're not just adding food to your stores, you're changing how Americans think about grocery shopping by combining food purchases with other retail needs in ways that create unprecedented convenience and value. The economic impact of your grocery presence affects local food markets, small grocery stores, and regional supermarket chains that struggle to compete with your combination of low prices, vast selection, and one-stop shopping convenience. You're essentially redefining what constitutes a complete shopping experience. Your fresh food capabilities attract customers who visit more frequently, stay longer, and buy more non-grocery items during shopping trips that begin with meal planning, but expand to include household goods, clothing, electronics, and other merchandise they discover while shopping for dinner ingredients. The smell of fresh produce mixes with the familiar aroma of general merchandise retail, creating sensory experiences that position your stores as complete lifestyle destinations rather than just discount retailers. Customers can literally shop for everything they need in life without visiting multiple stores. Your grocery operations demonstrate that large-scale retail efficiency can extend to fresh food without compromising quality, proving that customers don't have to choose between low prices and fresh products when shopping for groceries. The transformation completes your evolution from discount retailer to comprehensive life supplier. You've created shopping destinations where customers can meet all their needs efficiently and affordably, fundamentally changing expectations for what retail stores should offer and how convenient shopping can become. You're competing in a delivery race where speed matters more than Olympic sprinters and convenience expectations change faster than viral TikTok dances, except, instead of entertaining teenagers, you're trying to get groceries to customers' doors before they remember they could have driven to the store themselves. Welcome to 2021, and delivery services have become as essential as electricity and significantly more complicated to manage. Your delivery infrastructure expands from non-existent to nationwide faster than a rumour spreads through social media, requiring technological systems, vehicle fleets, and employee coordination that makes air traffic control look like a simple scheduling exercise. You're essentially creating a parallel retail universe that operates from customers' phones. Listen to the sound of delivery vehicles loading products, while mobile apps ping with order notifications, creating a technological symphony that coordinates instant gratification with logistical complexity across thousands of locations simultaneously. The last-mile delivery challenges require solutions more creative than escape room puzzles, designed by people who enjoy making simple tasks unnecessarily complicated. You're coordinating deliveries to apartments without clear addresses, suburbs where GPS systems become confused, and rural areas where near the red barn constitutes detailed location information. Your delivery workforce expands to include contractors, third-party services, and technology platforms that connect customer orders with available drivers faster than dating apps match lonely hearts. The gig economy becomes an essential component of your retail strategy, rather than a side business for extra income. Your same-day delivery promises require inventory positioning and order fulfillment precision that rivals emergency response systems. Customers expect products ordered online to arrive within hours, creating operational pressure that tests every aspect of your supply chain and distribution capabilities. The delivery economics must balance customer expectations for low or free delivery costs with operational expenses that include vehicle maintenance, fuel costs, driver compensation, and insurance coverage for a fleet that operates across diverse geographic and demographic conditions. Would you offer free delivery that reduces profitability, or charge delivery fees that might drive customers to competitors who absorb those costs? Comment or. But here's where your delivery revolution becomes genuinely transformative. You're not just delivering products, you're extending your store presence into customers' daily lives in ways that create convenience and loyalty that physical competitors cannot match without similar delivery capabilities. The customer behavior changes resulting from reliable delivery services alter shopping patterns across America. Customers order heavy items, bulk purchases, and last-minute necessities online, reserving in-store visits for browsing, immediate needs, and products they prefer to examine before purchasing. Your delivery data provides insights into customer preferences, shopping patterns, and local demand that inform inventory decisions, marketing strategies, and store operations with precision that improves service, while reducing waste and inefficiency across your entire retail network. The smell of delivery success includes the gasoline aroma of vehicle fleets mixed with the digital scent of mobile commerce and the satisfying fragrance of customers who receive exactly what they ordered when they expected it, creating loyalty that competitors struggle to replicate. Your omnichannel evolution reaches maturity through delivery services that seamlessly integrate online ordering, store inventory, and customer fulfillment in ways that make shopping with your competitors feel unnecessarily complicated and time-consuming. The transformation establishes new retail standards for customer convenience. You've demonstrated that large retailers can provide delivery services that rival specialized delivery companies while maintaining the competitive pricing and product selection that customers expect from Walmart. You're implementing environmental initiatives with the determination of activists who've discovered that saving the planet can also save money, except you're doing it at corporate scale that affects global supply chains, international manufacturing, and customer behavior across millions of shopping trips. Welcome to 2023, and sustainability has evolved from corporate charity to business strategy, faster than climate change activists can say, "I told you so." Your commitment to renewable energy transforms your stores into environmental showcases where solar panels, LED lighting, and energy-efficient systems demonstrate that large-scale retail can operate sustainably without compromising customer experience or competitive pricing. You're essentially proving that environmental responsibility enhances rather than threatens business success. Listen to the quiet hum of electric vehicle charging stations in your parking lots, mixing with the gentle whoosh of wind turbines powering your stores, creating an environmental soundtrack that accompanies the everyday retail symphony of customer service and commercial success. Your waste reduction programs eliminate millions of pounds of packaging, food waste, and operational inefficiency annually, while saving costs that allow you to maintain competitive pricing. Environmental responsibility becomes profit enhancement rather than expense burden, creating sustainable practices that benefit shareholders and the planet simultaneously. Your supply chain sustainability requirements influence manufacturing practices across industries as suppliers adopt cleaner production methods, renewable energy usage, and environmental standards to maintain relationships with your company. Your purchasing power becomes a force for global environmental improvement. Your carbon footprint reduction goals require coordination across thousands of locations, millions of products, and complex international supply chains with environmental impact measurement and improvement systems more sophisticated than most environmental monitoring agencies operate. The renewable energy investments in solar installations, wind power contracts, and energy storage systems position your company as one of America's largest renewable energy users, while reducing operational costs and demonstrating the financial viability of sustainable business practices. Would you invest billions in environmental initiatives that might take years to show financial returns, or focus on short-term profitability while addressing sustainability concerns gradually? Comment or... But here's where your sustainability revolution becomes genuinely influential. You're demonstrating that environmental responsibility at massive scale can be profitable, practical, and customer-friendly, influencing corporate environmental standards across industries beyond retail. The customer response to your environmental initiatives creates loyalty among environmentally conscious shoppers who appreciate the ability to support sustainability while maintaining their commitment to value and convenience. You're proving that customers don't have to choose between environmental responsibility and practical shopping. Your environmental transparency through detailed sustainability reporting, measurable goals, and progress tracking creates accountability systems that allow customers, investors, and advocacy groups to monitor your environmental impact with clarity that builds trust and credibility. The smell of environmental progress includes the clean aroma of renewable energy mixed with the fresh scent of reduced waste and the satisfying fragrance. You're living in a world where your shopping habits are tracked with the precision of a NASA mission, monitoring asteroid trajectories, except instead of preventing cosmic catastrophes, you're preventing the tragedy of running out of your favourite cereal. Welcome to 2024, and Walmart's data collection systems know more about American consumer behaviour than most people know about their own family members' dietary preferences. Your every purchase creates digital footprints, more detailed than crime scene evidence, feeding algorithms that predict what you'll want to buy before you realise you need it. The artificial intelligence systems processing this information work with the dedication of fortune tellers who've discovered they can actually see the future, except instead of crystal balls, they use shopping patterns that reveal the secrets of human behaviour. Listen to the quiet hum of servers processing billions of data points while customers shop, unaware that their purchasing decisions are being analysed by machine learning systems more sophisticated than most university research programs. The predictive analytics capabilities have evolved beyond simple inventory management into psychological profiling that would make behavioural scientists weep with envy. Your shopping patterns reveal everything from your health concerns to your relationship status, your financial stress levels, to your upcoming life changes, all decoded from the seemingly innocent act of buying groceries and household supplies. Your mobile app interactions generate data streams that flow like digital rivers into analytic systems that map customer preferences with geographic precision, demographic accuracy, and temporal patterns that reveal how Americans shop differently during holidays, disasters, economic uncertainty, and personal life transitions. The personalization algorithms create shopping experiences tailored to individual customers with precision that makes luxury personal shoppers look like amateurs working with outdated information. Your recommendations, promotional offers, and even store layouts adjust based on data profiles more comprehensive than FBI background investigations. The competitive advantage created by this data mastery extends far beyond retail into market intelligence that influences product development, supplier negotiations, and strategic decisions that affect global commerce. You're not just selling products, you're selling insights about human behaviour that reshape entire industries. Would you trade your privacy for perfectly personalised shopping experiences that save time and money, or maintain anonymity at the cost of convenience, comment eye or glasses? But here's where your data revolution becomes genuinely transformative. You're using customer information not just to increase sales, but to improve lives by anticipating needs, preventing stockouts during emergencies, and creating shopping experiences that adapt to changing customer circumstances with empathy that algorithms have learned to replicate. The supply chain optimization powered by predictive analytics prevents food waste, reduces transportation costs, and ensures product availability with efficiency that benefits both customers and the environment. Your data systems essentially create a more intelligent approach to resource allocation that reduces waste while improving satisfaction. The real-time inventory adjustments based on local demand patterns, weather forecasts, and social trends create shopping experiences where customers find what they need when they need it, transforming retail from a hit-or-miss experience into a reliable service that adapts to community needs. The smell of technological sophistication mixes with the familiar aroma of retail success, and the satisfying scent of customers whose needs are anticipated and met with precision that feels almost magical, but is actually the result of extraordinary technological investment and analytical expertise. Your data insights influence product placement, seasonal planning, promotional timing, and even store staffing in ways that optimize both customer satisfaction and operational efficiency, creating a retail environment that evolves continuously based on real-world shopping behavior rather than theoretical marketing assumptions. The transformation extends beyond retail into social science. You've created the world's largest laboratory for studying consumer behavior, generating insights that inform economic research, urban planning, and policy decisions that affect how Americans live, work, and consume goods and services. You're operating a business network that influences American communities with the scope of a federal agency, but the efficiency of a private enterprise, except instead of bureaucratic red tape. You're creating economic opportunities that ripple through small towns and urban neighbourhoods, like prosperity spreading through social networks. Welcome to the present day, and your stores have become economic anchors that determine the financial health of entire communities across America. Your employment practices now affect more families than most government programs, creating wage policies and benefit decisions that influence household incomes, healthcare access, and financial security for millions of Americans who depend on your company for their economic survival and professional advancement opportunities. Listen to the sounds of community meetings where local officials discuss how Walmart's presence affects property values, traffic patterns, small business competition, and tax revenues, creating debates that reveal the complex relationship between large corporations and community development. The economic impact of your store locations extends far beyond direct employment into supplier relationships, construction jobs, transportation services, and supporting businesses that thrive or struggle based on your operational decisions and community investment strategies that affect entire regional economies. Your pharmacy services provide healthcare access in communities where medical services are limited, creating prescription drug affordability and health consultations that serve populations who might otherwise lack convenient healthcare options, essentially functioning as community health resources disguised as retail services. The financial services offered through your stores, money transfers, check cashing, bill, payment and prepaid cards, serve customers who lack traditional banking relationships, providing financial infrastructure that fills gaps in the banking system while generating revenue through services that address real community needs. Your disaster response capabilities mobilize faster than many government agencies, providing emergency supplies, temporary employment, and community support during natural disasters, economic crises, and public health emergencies that test the resilience of American communities and social support systems. Would you prioritize community investment that reduces profits but improves local economic conditions, or focus on maximizing shareholder returns while meeting basic community obligations, comment, or money? But here's where your social impact becomes genuinely significant. You've created a business model that demonstrates corporate responsibility can be profitable when community investment generates customer loyalty, employee satisfaction, and operational stability that benefit both shareholders and stakeholders in sustainable ways. The educational initiatives, including college tuition assistance for employees and community scholarship programs, create pathways to economic mobility that help break cycles of poverty while developing skilled workers who contribute to both your company's success and their community's economic development. Your environmental commitments to renewable energy, waste reduction, and sustainable sourcing practices influence supplier behavior across industries, creating environmental improvements that extend far beyond your direct operations into global supply chains and manufacturing practices that affect planetary sustainability. The small business support programs, including supplier diversity initiatives and local sourcing preferences, help maintain community economic diversity while meeting your operational needs, demonstrating that large corporations can support rather than eliminate local business ecosystems when strategic planning considers community impact. The smell of community investment includes the hopeful aroma of economic opportunity, mixed with the practical scent of reliable employment, and the satisfying fragrance of corporate policies that balance profit with social responsibility in ways that create long-term value for all stakeholders. Your foundation's charitable activities, disaster relief, hunger assistance, educational support, and community development channel corporate profits back into communities in ways that address social problems while building brand loyalty and employee pride that enhance your competitive position. The transformation reflects evolved corporate citizenship. You've demonstrated that large-scale business success can contribute to community well-being when companies recognize that sustainable profitability depends on healthy communities, satisfied employees, and customers who trust that their shopping choices support positive social outcomes. You're managing a retail empire that reinvents itself continuously with the adaptability of a chameleon that's learned to change colors before the environment changes, except instead of avoiding predators, you're staying ahead of technological disruption, changing consumer preferences and competitive threats that could destroy traditional retailers. Welcome to the perpetual present of retail evolution, where standing still means falling behind faster than outdated technology becomes museum pieces. Your innovation laboratories now develop retail technologies that other companies will adopt years later, creating shopping experiences that blend physical and digital commerce in ways that make current omnichannel strategies look like early experiments in customer convenience rather than mature business models. Listen to the sounds of research and development teams testing autonomous delivery vehicles, drone systems, virtual reality shopping experiences, and artificial intelligence applications that will transform retail operations in ways that haven't been imagined by companies still struggling to integrate basic e-commerce capabilities. The autonomous checkout systems evolve beyond self-service stations into seamless shopping experiences where customers simply walk through stores, select products, and leave while artificial intelligence handles payment processing, inventory updates, and customer service interactions without human intervention or traditional checkout procedures. Your logistics networks experiment with same-hour delivery, automated warehouses, and predictive shipping that sends products to local distribution points before customers order them, creating delivery speeds that approach the instant gratification of in-store shopping while maintaining the convenience of online ordering. The partnership strategies with technology companies, healthcare providers, financial services, and entertainment platforms create ecosystem approaches to customer service that extend your brand presence into daily life activities beyond traditional retail, making Walmart a comprehensive life management platform rather than just a store. Your workforce development programs now include training for jobs that don't yet exist, preparing employees for retail careers that will require technological literacy, customer relationship management, and problem-solving skills that blend human empathy with digital efficiency in ways that create competitive advantages. Would you invest in experimental technologies that might fail spectacularly, or focus on perfecting current capabilities while risking obsolescence in rapidly changing markets? Comment rocket or shield. But here's where your eternal evolution becomes genuinely inspiring. You've created a corporate culture that embraces change as opportunity rather than threat, demonstrating that large organizations can maintain entrepreneurial agility when leadership prioritizes adaptation over tradition and innovation over comfort. The sustainability initiatives continue evolving beyond environmental responsibility into regenerative business practices that improve, rather than merely minimize impact on communities, ecosystems, and global supply chains, creating business models that prove environmental stewardship enhances rather than threatens profitability. Your global expansion strategies adapt to local markets while maintaining core efficiency principles, creating international retail networks that respect cultural differences while delivering universal benefits of competitive pricing, product selection, and customer service that transcend geographic and cultural boundaries. The customer experience innovations, augmented reality product visualization, personalized nutrition recommendations, automated home delivery, and integrated healthcare services create shopping environments that anticipate and fulfill customer needs with precision that makes traditional retail seem primitive by comparison. The smell of perpetual innovation includes the electric aroma of technological experimentation mixed with the ambitious scent of unlimited growth potential and the satisfying fragrance of a company that refuses to accept limitations on what retail can become or achieve. Your legacy extends beyond retail success into demonstration that American business can adapt, evolve, and thrive through any challenge when leadership maintains vision, employees embrace change, and customers receive value that exceeds their expectations regardless of technological or economic disruption. The transformation never ends. You've created a business model that treats change as fuel rather than obstacle, proving that companies can achieve immortality through continuous evolution that keeps them relevant, valuable, and essential to customers whose needs and expectations never stop changing. The Walton vision of saving people money so they can live better has evolved into a comprehensive approach to improving human life through retail innovation that makes quality products, services, and opportunities accessible to everyone regardless of income, location, or circumstances. The final verdict: Sam Walton chose everyday low prices over maximum profits. Would you prioritize customer value over shareholder returns, or maximize profits while meeting minimum customer expectations? Comment, or the end.